What's up, everybody? It is Jahi.
And this is Corey. And you are now tapped into the Fatherhood Forward podcast.
What is up, everybody?
We back.
We are back here for episode 1, season 2 of Fatherhood Forward.
Man.
How you feeling, brother?
Accomplishment. I feel accomplished, bro. That's an accomplishment, man. Like, took a little time off, had to recenter some things, you know what I mean? Just spend time with the family too. I'm glad we had the time to do that. Gave our Sundays back to them, but now we back in grind mode and just tapped in. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling really good, man. Sometimes, bro, I think I let life hit me a little too hard. Like, so I feel like I be wearing like the weight of the world on my shoulders sometimes. And once you realize, you know, we talked about this before, like the things could be worst scenario. It's like it be like that, bro. Like I gotta really like reflect and talk to other people and hear what other people are going through and just realize, bro, listen, you in an alright spot right now, you know what I mean?
Facts.
So,
and even like on the other side of the token, like it's even if you don't, even like in talking to other people, even if you don't feel like you are alright, it's like it's also a reminder that other people is going through shit too. So you know what I mean? It's normal to be going through shit. And what you said about like feeling like the weight of the world on you, that's something that we definitely gonna talk about, you know what I mean, in this season. But I almost said that's just some dad shit, but I want to take the word just out of that, bro.
yeah.
It is some dad shit, but it's not just anything. Like, because it's not put. If I feel like if I say it's just this, then that's like minimizing what actually is being felt. Because that's some real shit, bro. Like that we got to carry, unfortunately, and that shit get heavy, bro. And I don't think that's to be overlooked in any sort of way.
Yeah, that's a fact. But all in all, man, I'm blessed and grateful to have air in my lungs, you know, being able to see the sun wake up in the morning, and it's football Sunday too. If you see this is week 1.
Them parlays is hitting.
Them parlays parlaying. Oh man, I had a bad cash out yesterday, but it's all right.
Damn.
Yeah.
That joint end up hitting, and you cashed out. I mean, at least you made profit though. Oh.
It was a bad cash out, but I did. I end up hitting on Alabama minus 25. They covered that the last 2 minutes of the game. So back in degenerate mode, baby.
Facts.
Man. Before we start, I did see a stat that said Americans spend more money on sports gambling than in their investments. So Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I could believe that though, because I mean, I ain't been back in the stocks since a minute, but I can imagine that the stock market ain't doing too hot, and you can make some quick money off the parlays if you know what you're doing. I mean, you could lose some too, but that's just like with stocks. But
yeah,
Friday I had a good day, bro. I had a good day on Friday.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, y'all birds won and everything. So shout out to football season being back, man. But we here to talk about dad stuff. This is Fatherhood Forward. Before we jump into it, obviously there's noticeable changes with just me and Corey being here and Wood not being here. Wood has a lot of responsibilities to take care of, and he felt like he needed to fall back from the show for the moment. And until then, me and Corey will hold the fort down.
Facts. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to bro. We definitely still there for him and shit. You know what I mean? Y'all still there for him as well. But, you know what I mean? Like we said, we're going to keep this shit rocking. We got some new stuff rolling out this season. Yeah, man, we appreciate y'all still rocking with us.
Yeah,
everything
absolutely.
Is everything.
Absolutely. So, before we move forward into our topic for today, we did want to let the people know, thank you for everyone who actually filled out the guest form and submitted your information properly. It was good to read a lot of you guys' responses, and we will get back to you very soon, and we are going to have guests on this season.
Facts. Definitely looking forward to that a lot, man.
Yeah, the guest segments are going to be cool. With that being said, we kind of updated the not information, but we updated the process. So now you can just go straight to our Instagram bio, and the guest
Hmm.
form is in the bio, and
Facts.
kind of alleviates the back and forth. But we'll fill out that guest form. You might not be on this season, but we will get back to you. You might or might not, but we'll get
Right.
back to you with the feasible answer.
Facts. Facts. And we appreciate y'all all wanting to be on the show, man. I mean, like I said, since it's in the bio, at any point that you feel like, you know what, I actually do got something to say. Let me go talk to my guys, man.
Yeah,
Hop on the show. Just fill that out. Ain't
yeah,
nothing but a couple questions, and just be honest. If you don't got an
yeah.
answer, you don't got an answer. If you do, just fill it out. It's just giving us some perspective on what we could potentially talk about.
Now we ain't with no foolishness. Now, if you ain't, come on, man. We vetting people to make sure that we not wasting each other's time. But
Right.
if you got some decent stuff to say, man, woman, and different,
Yeah.
we want to hear from y'all because it's about fatherhood. But at the end of the day, we're parents,
Mm-hmm.
some co-parents, and everybody has perspective and value to add to what we got going on here. So
Facts. Everybody's story is different, man.
yeah, yeah.
But
So
today we getting into gentle parenting though.
gentle
I feel like
parenting. So this is kind of new to me. I as reading and understanding what we're talking about. I think I'm the gentle parent, but this topic came from Corey.
yeah, I feel like well, shout out to Stephanie because she really threw the idea out to me. But I feel like the internet is really what's been pushing like the gentle parenting phrase because
Mm-hmm.
like you said, like without even knowing about it, you like, oh shit, I already been doing this. And I feel like it more I don't know where it exactly came from and how it just became so trendy.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like our generation had to take a look at like how we was raised because I don't think I was raised as with like the gentle parenting style. Just in reading like how it describes it,
Mm-hmm.
because back then like you can get your ass beat for damn near anything, and nowadays nowadays it's
Torah.
more so like you trying to think about what my actions is gonna do or how they may respond. Like I feel like nowadays it's that's a pivotal part in how we trying to parent our kids is we thinking about them, whereas them back in the day it was more so like what I say go.
Right. Absolutely.
But it's
Very.
also
Yeah. Go
it's
ahead, bro.
also a side of that where you don't want it to go too far because you still got to be the parent. Like, you know what I mean? You don't want to just get to a point where I think I take what you say and that's in the consideration, but I still got the final say so because you don't want to get that misconstrued either. I feel like.
So is the happy medium like we're not being a super aggressor or like a super passive person? Is that gentle parenting, or gentle parenting is completely one sided?
To me, I don't know. I feel like it kind of. I think it got to be a middle point in between there, in my
Okay.
opinion, because you don't want to be too gentle. Like at some point, you gotta, you know what I mean, show who really like got it to these
Okay.
kids, especially once they hit that toddler age, because boy, they think they smarter than you.
Dog, the Tyler phase is kicking my ass.
I
Me
get it.
personally, cause my wife, she's the not so gentle parent. So
Mm,
I like man, I grew up just like you said, not hella ass whoopings, but like shit, I got my you know what I mean, my tail,
right.
you feel me? I don't know, maybe because my kids are so little, I wouldn't be I don't think I'll ever be able to do that. You know what I mean? But that's just one aspect of it. So even like with the temper tantrums from 7, since she's like the 3, she's turning 3. She started just flipping out on me like in the morning.
Mm,
She in the morning she is so like irritable. Her and her mom
yeah.
have this. Her and my wife, they have this commonality, bro. They're hungry in the morning. They are
Mm.
hangry in the morning. If when I'm getting her school clothes on, if she ain't ate yet, she's gonna flip out on me and all
So
this
how you
other kind of
handling
stuff.
that flipping out though? Because that's different for me.
Me personally, bro, it's just 7. Get up. Get up now. And Brianni's
Mm.
like, boy, if you don't stop playing and get her up, and you know what I mean.
So she
Um,
like, all right, you ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna make you do it. That's I get that. I get
my
that.
philosophy is though, is if I don't let it phase me, she's gonna understand that this doesn't phase me. So
Yeah.
if you going to flip, she's a child, so it's not like she's doing it intentionally.
Right, but they
But
do want a reaction, so I get how you thinking though.
yeah,
It's like I'm not gonna give you the reaction that you want, and
yeah,
I'm gonna
no.
stay calm. And you know what I mean, you trying to more so emulate like you should stay calm in this too. I get that sentiment.
Cause we had brought this up before, like if like our kids were flipping out somewhere in public versus being at home, I you have to treat it differently in the public, but it's like I'm not going to overextend myself to overreact. You know what I mean? If I'm not overreacting at home, like
Yeah,
we're not doing that because I feel like if you talk to a child in a manner where you're calm and you're understanding, then they'll be able to as they get older, they'll be able to process what conflict a lot easier because
right.
they were handled gently. It's like when you yelling at somebody, it's like that aggression, like obviously a child will feel your aggression, and I don't know
Yeah,
how that builds
a lot.
it might build an angry child, you know what I mean? um
Facts. Because that's how they feel as
uh,
though that we teaching them that's how you respond to conflict in that way, like
yeah,
unknowingly. So it's
yeah,
like I get why gentle parenting is important because you don't want them going out into the world. They run into an issue at school. Now they're yelling at the teacher.
yeah,
Now they're yelling at their other classmates. And
yeah,
you know what I mean? Now you're creating a problem in that setting.
mm-hmm,
And in reality, that boiled down to what we doing at home. We
yeah.
got to take a look at ourselves in the mirror and ask ourselves why are they acting like this or why are they doing this? Where did they see
Yeah.
this at? And
I
like,
think.
nah, I was just going. I feel like a perfect example, like just like a little side note,
Hmm.
bro. I had to check myself like a couple weeks ago. I think it was actually like the first week we got off the show, and I was like, "Damn, I want to tell my guys on the pod about this situation because it was funny as shit." But I also had to look at myself. I'm
Yeah.
sitting there watching TV and shit, and you know what I mean. Sincere right next to me, he's like, "Daddy, he want to watch this or whatever he wanted to watch," and I'm like, "All right, I'm almost done watching TV. Like this is almost over. Give me a minute." Like he was like, "You getting on my nerves, Daddy? You getting on my nerves?"
No, he didn't.
He put his head down like that and everything, bro. I swear to God. Like, you getting on my nerves, Daddy. You getting on my
Yo.
nerves. Repeated it. So I'm like, huh? But and in the moment, I'm like, yo, who this little nigga talking to? But I had to stop myself and like, oh, that's my fault. Cause that mean that I must have said that to you, or mommy must have said that to
For
you because you
sure.
was pissing
Somebody
us
said
off.
it.
Right. And that's what you used it at the right time. Like I probably was
Yo.
getting on your nerves. But now I gotta check myself and I gotta watch what I say to you when I'm feeling away.
Yo, that's the perfect example.
Like we
That's
gotta
the
watch what we
perfect
doing, bro,
example,
because
dog.
they watching at all times and
They
they picking up
are.
how to you know what I mean, be a person.
Yo, a wise man once told me, how you do anything is how you do everything.
Mm,
So I'm practicing working on giving myself grace. You know what I
that's
mean?
love.
Being more patient, being more
Mm-hmm.
understanding. Cause I had to realize like sometimes I become really reactionary, and I that's still like the emotional like instability I feel like I've always kind of battle with internally. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is where my definition of soft era parenting or soft parenting, gentle parenting, whatever we want to call it, I think that's where it comes from. You know what I mean? Just trying to give
Okay.
myself grace and to unconsciously raise my children the same way. You know what I mean? Or a
Facts.
different way. You know?
Facts. Because it's not
So
even about like you saying that. Just like put the thought in my head. Gentle parenting isn't also just about you parenting the kid, bro. We actually parenting ourselves on how to
yeah,
parent.
how to
Like,
parent?
cause
Yeah.
we try, like we said at the beginning, like or how I said, I don't think I was raised with like a gentle parenting, you know what I mean, thought process. So I'm
Mhm.
trying to teach myself how to do what I want from my kid in a
Yeah.
sense. Not saying my mom did anything wrong, but
Mhm.
I just want to do things different. So I got to teach myself that. So,
Okay. That's
um,
really good.
yeah,
So I mean,
facts.
so this is like a new thing that just kind of not popped up on Instagram, but it's just like the new style. Or I think the like our generation of parents are more cognitive or about how we go about parenting. So is this some
Yeah,
new age parenting stuff?
I think so. I would agree because like we got like we said, I said this before, we got the access to the internet, so it's like the way that we parent now is so like not even scrutinized, but so looked at under a microscope because we all like seeing different ways to do things online.
Mhm.
And because of that, we got all these resources. It's like, bro, out of love and what I mean, you wanting the best for your kids, you're gonna go find the resources to make sure that you think you're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Feel
Yeah.
like you're doing the right thing. Because
Mhm.
I mean, granted, there's no perfect way to do this shit. You're gonna fuck up. You have to
Mhm.
fuck up to be able to
Yeah.
learn. But
Absolutely.
at the same time, when you got all these resources, it's like, why not like educate yourself on X, Y, and Z
Mhm.
to just have a better to just make a better person and to be a
Yeah.
better parent, to give your best self to your kids. That's just my thought though.
That's good, man, because I don't know. Like we definitely have. You know how like generation after generation is supposed to get better and better. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think we see a lot of transition in the generation we came from, because like we were like we had the best of both worlds of a little bit of internet, and then we seen the ascension of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the generation after us, no, they only know the internet, and then the generation after that is iPad babies. You know what I mean? Like
Facts. Facts.
so I feel like we had a really good spot where we're gonna be able to develop some real real character driven children, you know what I mean? As long
Yeah.
as we're intentional about it. So like we're super intentional with challenging ourselves and putting the information out there for people. So now we might strike a chord like maybe I should scale back from or go a little harder depending on what your parenting style is. So
Mm-hmm. And let's actually like give them definitions for them different parenting styles because we
sure,
got we
sure.
got four listed,
Okay.
just in case anybody that's listening don't really know or understand which parenting style they may fit into. So like
Okay.
gentle parenting, that's defined as a child rearing approach focused on empathy, respect, understanding, and boundaries rather than punishment or authoritism. Authoritism. I don't know if I'm
Mhm.
saying that word right, but
Yeah.
being an authority figure. So
Right.
basically, what that's saying is, I'm gonna put your feelings over like making sure I'm punishing you over doing the wrong thing or making you feel like I'm in charge. I'm putting
Yeah.
your feelings before all of that, and that's what gentle parenting is. Um, if you feel like you fit into that, then you doing gentle parenting without even knowing that, and like that's definitely possible because, like I said, we got all these resources to think about what our actions is leading to.
Hmm. And then so is okay. So we got four styles of parenting.
Mm-hmm.
Gentle parenting is one. We got passive parenting,
Mm-hmm.
assertive parenting, and aggressive parenting.
Yeah, and they all different. They all different.
That's tough. Okay. So based on what I'm seeing, passive parenting is just a lack of structure or discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Um boy, I ain't gonna say nothing about that, but
It's some
I
out
can't
there
I
though. It's
can't not say nothing about it. I'm not gonna say anything about somebody.
yeah,
Uh
because we see it out there though.
yeah, it happens, you know what I mean? And like we said, if you just don't know, like, you know what I mean? What if you wasn't raised in it's all about where you come from, bro. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right. And I
So
feel like
what?
you can spot them kids out in public though sometimes. Like
Yeah, from afar.
yeah, when they just wilding out and what I mean, it ain't no you can see that the kid ain't even thinking about like what my parent is gonna do in this situation. And
Right.
again, I'm not knocking nobody for their parenting style, but yeah, you could spot that shit sometimes though.
Okay.
Just avoiding confrontation, what I mean? There's no real boundaries. And you could see it.
Mm.
Like these kids just doing what they want, saying what they want.
So assertive and aggressive tend to be kind of the same thing.
Hmm.
Us, but so let's go textbook so that people actually know what's going on. So assertive parenting is a balanced approach with clear boundaries and expectation. Focuses on communication, consistency, and mutual respect. That's good.
I think that's fair though. I think just hearing that, I think that's fair, bro. Because there do need to be boundaries, and you do need to. I should expect certain things out of you, even at a young age. Like I'm not gonna expect the world out of you, but I expect you to, you know what I mean, use your manners that I know that you have. I
Mm-hmm.
expect you to, you know what I mean, when we go into this public setting, don't be running around, you know what I mean, yelling and shit all crazy. Like I don't think I'm unfair in expecting that things of you because this is what I've taught you.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's a good way to go about it. It's still, when kids get to a certain age, like teenagers and stuff like that, that's when this style becomes combative. I see people
co-
go through it now
combative with what though?
because when kids are like high school, that 8th to 12th grade, that 12th grade, you're probably like who you are, but like 8th to like 10th grade, 7th to like 10th grade, those are the most impressionable years, right? So sometimes I notice that these new era kids, they don't like, they like to avoid conflict. So if
Okay.
you're the assertive parent, especially like in a co-parent style, say you're the assertive parent, but then you go send your son or your daughter back to the gentle parent
Mm-hmm.
or the passive parent.
Yeah.
Your work is counterproductive, and then you become the parent that they don't really want to be around because you're not enabling behaviors.
Right. Yeah. It's like I almost want to say they don't respect, and it's not even like they disrespecting you, but they don't take what you say because they not they in that stage that we speaking about, like in a teenager, they more rebellious. So
Yeah,
like they like, man, you're not letting me do what I want. You know, you being unfair, especially when I'm already getting this treatment with the other parent. Like I'm not gonna listen to you. I don't feel like I got to.
it's
So I
rebellion. It's rebellion and comfortability too.
facts, yeah,
Nobody
because
likes to be uncomfortable,
that's a fact. That's a fact. Even adults.
even adults. So could you imagine if back when you was in high school and something you didn't want to do or something you didn't want to be a part of, or somebody you didn't want to hang with or hear from? Like,
Hmm.
bro, my mom ain't telling me what I want to hear, bro. I'm not trying to talk to her.
Yeah, facts.
My dad holding it on me. He talking about I gotta stay out my room and I got, you feel me? Like,
Yeah, they definitely gonna push back. So I definitely get what you're saying when it's combative because you're gonna be fighting the kid a lot.
yeah,
Yeah,
we got a good
but you got to
shot
stand
at
to you.
being you got to be firm in your stance
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
got to stand on it. You got to. You can't lose that. You can't lose that war. You can lose a
Yeah,
couple battles here and there,
yeah.
like, and that's just something I'm learning now as a parent. Like I gotta win the war.
Damn.
You can win
This is
sometimes.
good. This is really
Yeah.
good because it's like, all right, let's go into aggressive parenting and I'm gonna double back. So aggressive parenting is strict, authoritarian, or a punitive approach, uses control and demands over understanding. Um,
This I don't.
that's tough.
I, yeah, that's a little hard. I think that's a little too much. Just given that there are other parenting styles out there. Again, I'm not knocking you if you that's what you do, but me personally, I think that's too much. I don't think you need to be like your kids. You know what? Stephanie actually posed it to me because I think she read it somewhere or seen it somewhere. You
Mm-hmm.
do not need to be your kid's first bully.
Ooh,
I'm gonna say it again. You do not need to be your kid's first bully.
that's good.
The bully doesn't care about the kid's feelings. They don't understand the kid's feelings. Why do you want to be that for your kid? Like
Mm,
being aggressive, overly aggressive, and you know what I mean, forcing them to do something they don't want to do, or not taking to account how they feel about doing something that they don't want to do.
mm.
You bullying them into doing things because you think you can because you're their parent. Yeah, you are, but you also being a bully.
That's
Like,
good, bro.
yeah, Stephanie really teach me about all this shit, man.
Yeah,
She definitely gets me. That's the better parent. I say it all the time. She's the better parent than me, but I learned from
yeah.
her.
Shout out to our other executive producer, Stephanie, man.
Facts.
She's good, man. I can't wait till y'all get married.
It's coming
So
soon.
what as I'm dissecting all of these, do you ever feel like you have to intertwine your style of parenting? Like
Now,
can you only be the gentle parent? Because as Reed now, I feel like every now and again, I'm not going to be like the passive parent, but like certain situations call for different reactions. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's what I was gonna say. I think it's definitely situational. I think you gotta have a base. Like now that we sit here talking about like, can you mix them? I think you gotta have a base that you
Yeah.
want to stick to. But
Mhm.
when maybe like a situation escalate, now you go to this style. Like so, if I was to put it
Right.
in my own way, I say my base is gentle parenting. Yeah, I'm going into it with I mean, leading with empathy and respect and trying to
Yeah.
understand.
Mhm.
But when things start to get a little out of hand, now I'm becoming more the assertive parent. Where
Right.
like, no, all right, this is what I said. This is what you can and can't do. Don't
Mhm.
cross this line. And
Yeah.
that's me putting the boundaries and the expectations in place because you getting out of line a little bit. So I gotta re-steer the ship. Once you get back on ship, now I'm back to being that gentle parent because the boundaries and expectations are already placed. I don't really gotta, what I mean, assert my authority figure. We already on the same page. And
Right.
that's just how I see it though. What about you?
Yeah, that's good. I mean, because like it do get to some points that the biggest thing because Jabri's so small, bro. I kind of gotta let him do what he do.
Yeah.
But Seven is the one that like she knows who she can do what with. So
Mm-hmm.
I battle with like being the parent that's like, all right, Seven, get it together. But then that switch flip. Like, girl, get your come come get and my
Yeah,
wife like,
facts.
boy, she treats you as a joke because like we got the camera in their room on our phones, and say it's like late at night. We was downstairs watching a movie last night, and Seven was up. I said, Seven, get your
But what
this.
you
I
what
said
you
it just
think for
like
you
that,
flip the switch though? What you think for you? Because I know how
bro.
I
It
want to how I'm answering my
uh
own question.
not say it one more time,
What you think for you flips that switch from where you go from like that gentle parenting to like get like now I gotta put my foot down. What flips the switch for you?
bro. My wife be trying to tell me like she's not gonna listen. Like, boy, she's not listening to you.
It's the not
That's what
listening.
that's what flips the switch for me. Cause then it's
Okay,
like, oh, all right, now I gotta raise my voice a little bit more. I gotta, you know what I
right.
mean? And that's
Yeah,
not what I want to do because I don't want to instill fear in my kids.
yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
that's a good
Especially at
point
a
too,
young
though. That's
age.
that's a good point too. You don't want your kids to fear you, to listen to you. Like, you
Right.
still trying to keep that respect there, like just
Yeah.
understanding that
Yeah.
I'm your dad, but yeah, we playing stuff, but I'm still your dad.
hmm
Yeah.
I
So
don't
yeah,
want them to go in the world and think people yelling at them to get for them to get settled or to get their attention is a norm.
yeah, because it's not. It's
You
not.
know what I'm saying?
That don't
So,
even have to be done for you to get your point across for me to listen.
and that take a lot of energy, bro. I be
Yeah,
telling
hell yeah, dude.
like I like I said, my wife is definitely the more assertive parent, but I be trying to tell her like, yo, challenge yourself to just scale back and see how it works. But to
I
be
get that.
honest, we need the balance.
Yeah, for sure, for
You get what I'm
sure. But
saying?
it's funny that you say that though, because I catch myself like, well, just go back to like answer my own question before I even say this. Like, I know for me, what flip the switch is, like you said, the not listening. When I got to repeat
Mm-hmm.
myself several times, that's when like my switch is getting flipped, and I'm getting pissed off. And now
Yeah.
I got to put my foot down because I done
Down.
told you three
Yeah.
times. You
Yeah.
understand everything that I say to you because you mock me all the
Mm-hmm.
time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I also catch myself because I feel like how you saying, like you telling Brianni to challenge herself, which is, what I mean, perfectly fine. I catch myself kind of doing the same thing because one moment I'll be the parent that's yelling at sincere, because what I mean, I done told him 5 times to do something, but
Mm-hmm.
then in the moment, because my emotions is rising, I can't quickly check myself. Versus where when I see Stephanie do it, I'm quick to say, "Yo, stop yelling at him." Like, and I'll be the calm parent. So it's like that
Right.
dynamic. Like, it's easy to catch it on the outside because like I'll feel bad, and it's like when now I'm watching it on the outside, I'm like, damn, you didn't have to yell at him. I know he not listening, but he not gonna respond to that. Versus like in the moment, I'm gonna do the same thing. So it's like you kind of need that dynamic, somebody else that watch
Mm-hmm.
and what I mean, tell you like, nah, simmer it down.
Yeah, and the role switch, like
Yeah,
if we enter, you know what I mean? It's not like one parent is high octane 100% of the time. It's just they the roles reverse. You know what I mean?
Right.
At any given time. So
Facts. I think that's needed to like balance each other out and that help each other grow as a parent too.
yeah, and if you listening to this, man, think really dissect the way that you go about parenting. Like, l- go through a whole day, and then when you're done the whole day with your child, the interaction with your child, think about like, yo, what parenting style have I used
Right. Or
today
or
or throughout the day?
mm-hmm. Or how
I
could
think
I
that's
have
good.
done this situation a little better? Like
Yeah.
or
Yup.
maybe
Yup.
did I do this good? Like because you also got to congratulate yourself too for handling certain situations. Because boy,
Absolutely.
these toddlers will whoop your ass. Like for real. All right, wait. We know y'all enjoying the episode, but we need y'all, man.
Yes, we need y'all to hit the button, like, follow, subscribe, share, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. Hit the button, please.
Just please, man, help us grow this show as much as we want to, man. Helps us get to new audience, grow that podcast, and we appreciate all the support this far, man.
Yup, yup. Back to the show.
I'm I'm getting into like the why stage, bro. Now he
Mm,
asking me why this, why that.
mm,
Like what's like he's asking a lot of questions, and I'm also trying to be cognizant of that because I don't want to be that parent because I said so. I really tried not to say that. Like, and boy, it'd be a lot of times I want to say it, and I'd be like, I gotta
right.
find the reason. I gotta find the
Yeah.
reason because he's asking me why. He wants to know, like, but it's not just because I said so. That can never be the answer.
Why do you feel like that can't be the answer?
I feel like that's unfair. Like that's being that assertive parent. Like I'm asking him to do it for a reason, so I need to give him that reason. It can never
Okay.
just be because I said so. Because at that point, that's not understanding him, and that's putting me above him. Even though I am, I don't need to flex that on him.
Mm,
Like I just try to keep the respect level. I want him to understand and feel respect, even though he don't know what it is. Respect
mm.
it, I should say.
No, that's good. That's good. That offers perspective because I could easily say whenever that time comes, because I'm in a no phase.
Mm.
It's no.
Yeah.
Only
Ooh,
dad gets told no.
that'll flip the
Mom,
switch too.
yeah, no, she ain't playing with mom about that. No, but yeah, damn, that's good. So eventually, when that time comes, I'm definitely gonna have to think
And I
about
feel
that.
like I feel like because I also hated hearing because I said so growing up. Like
Ah, yeah, you trying to defy the
it
odds.
right, yeah, and that was always the end all be all. You can't go beyond that. And I feel like that's why the parents use it because they know like go beyond that if you want, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Like
Not for real.
that eliminates the conversation though. Like that eliminated me trying to voice that it's like it put a mute button on my voice. Like
Mm,
I have no say so. I can't tell you why I don't want to do this.
right.
And
Mm,
I want that open communication later down the line. Like, all right, let's use an example of like if he was a teenager and he want to go to a party and I'm like no, and I just say no because I said so. Like at
mm,
that point, like I said, we know that's the end all be all. Go beyond that, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
right.
Versus if I don't say that and I explain to him why I don't think he should go, I don't think you should go because you don't know who's gonna be there. You can't tell me what time it's gonna end. You can't even tell me X, Y, and Z. Versus then he may come out and we have a conversation like, well, Dad, like you know what I mean. Actually, this is gonna happen. I know not to do this. A conversation could be had because I'm
Yeah.
open in that communication. Like it all
Uh,
starts with us.
and you starting young too, so he's gonna be able to articulate things a lot better as he gets older to understand his feelings and what. Okay, that's good.
That's the
You on
plan.
some
That's the plan.
shit?
I try to think later down the line, bro. I'm definitely more of like a big thinker, big
Yeah.
picture thinker, and that also like hurts me in a way because I feel like that stops me from being in the moment sometimes because I'm
Okay.
thinking so far down the head the line. So I'm trying to like come to a middle point there for real. But
Nah, that's good.
yeah,
You're being very intentional with the way you're raising your kids, man. That's awesome, bro.
Now that shit stuck with
You
me when
got
you
me
said that
thinking.
last season though. Like we got to be intentional in everything that we doing, man. That
Yeah,
shit's
that's a
definitely
fact.
stuck with me.
Okay, so we got some discussion questions real quick. All right. So avoiding extremes. What do you do in your home every day to make sure you don't steer away into passive or aggressive territory?
Yeah, just
Oof.
like
Damn.
we said, just trying to be conscious of like my actions. How is this gonna affect him? How I gotta. I feel like being a parent, bro. You have to try to think 10 steps ahead of your kid. Like
Mm-hmm.
because we know them better than they know themselves, and you gotta know like, all right, if I say this, what's gonna come after this?
You got to see
You
things
got
coming before they happen for
you
sure.
have to,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't, then you fall in a territory where you're unfamiliar. But you gotta also be quick on your feet because that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because we gotta have the answers for them. But
So everyday thing that I do, I don't know. I think internally too. This is we missed this part. Internally, people parent based on what they're going through too. So like as I said, I was trying
mm,
to be the more gentle, understanding because I need to be more understanding and I have more patience for myself. You have to
mm-hmm.
understand where you're at in your journey. Continue to work on yourself as a parent because when we had these kids, bro, it'd be like, I got kids, I gotta take care of them, I gotta feed them, I gotta pay their care. I got, bro. What are you doing for yourself?
Facts, facts. You
Because
lose that.
if you start to build up aggression, you're putting your emotions to the side and all you're doing is focusing on the children and what you need to do for the children, you're neglecting yourself. So I can easily see how you could easily fall into passive or aggressive parenting because it's like a job to you at this point. It's not like
Facts.
you're not
I
happy
just
within. How are you going to give these kids life?
facts. And life is so complex that I can see how you could switch from one parenting style to another. Because going off of what you said, like your emotions drive. Yeah, what you going through drives how you going to parent.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean. Every day ain't the same in life. We all know that you're going to go up and down.
Mhm.
And if you don't take control of that, then yeah, like you saying, it can get lost in there, and then you become a parent that you don't want to be, like in that aggressive parenting or being just too passive. Because I
Mhm.
feel like I think it's fair to say that both of them is on the ends of the spectrum, like they're the far right and the far left. I think it's fair to say that.
We said it before, man. Like we were here before the children. So if we want to make the best out of these the growth and development of our children, man, make sure you are doing the necessary work within. Read some
Mm-hmm.
books, go on a walk, like talk to God. You really need to have like strong foundation because it's your whatever you're going through is going to bleed through these children.
That's a fact. That's a fact,
Bro,
man. Because
that's how
we
we have
we're the example.
generational. Exactly, that's how we have we have plenty of examples of generational fathers who pass on the being in prison and depression and you know what I'm saying. It'd be generation after generation of the same stuff because we might not be we are neglecting our true selves.
Facts. And we say all this to say, bro. I know this shit is hard because we in it. Like you still gotta having a kid is like it don't stop all the other shit that was going on in your life or the shit that is still continuously going on in your life. It's added major responsibility,
Mm,
but it really takes a lot to really just buckle down and do that. And I commend everybody that's handling this shit on a day in and day out basis, whether you're a full time parent, co parent, you know what I mean,
yeah,
whatever. Like if
absolutely.
you handling this shit, bro, bro, and sis, shout out to you, man,
Yeah.
because this shit is not easy, bro. This is an added responsibility on the life that you was already living. Whether you
Hmm.
had fucked up shit going on, you had some good shit going on, that shit definitely changes shit because now you got a whole nother responsibility, a whole nother life to care for and manage and you know what I mean grow. So I just say all that to say, man, shout out to y'all that's handling this shit, man. Shit not easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, we are cooking. We are
Facts.
cooking. This is quality information for y'all. So, all right, moving a little bit moving forward. So, what about like is there any social pressures to parent differently?
Yes. I I think it's social pressures like in a good way and bad way. because like how we said, the internet is what's bringing this gentle parenting thing up, but then I think it's also social pressures, like how we said we can see them passive parents out in public,
Mm,
and like now it's looking at you like, yo, you gonna beat your kid ass, like, because
right.
they wilding out, and now I feel
Yeah.
like now I gotta beat your ass because motherfuckers is looking at me like I
Right.
can't
Yeah.
handle you. So
But
I
even
think
if you beat, well, even if it depends on if you beat them in person, because you can't beat these kids in person no more.
no, you can't. No, you definitely can't.
Your
Cause
ass going to
motherfuckers, some
jail.
yeah, some Karen definitely gonna record your ass, put
yo,
your ass on the internet.
yo, it's over when you try to beat them kids in person.
CPS knocking at your door like, hey,
That's
you
a
want to
fact. They
explain
got your
this?
address and everything. You on camera,
Facts.
you're cooked. That is a piece of advice. Don't y'all beat these kids in person and think you're gonna get away with it. Oh, they your kids.
Nah, man.
If
What
you
you
had
think
them in a
though?
regular hospital, they ain't your kids. Like you're entitled to them. That's a whole nother conversation. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's what you think though?
I don't know, bro. I don't like. I don't pay attention to the social pressure. I don't have none because I feel like my friends that are parents, like maybe I only see the good side.
Mm.
Because I don't base it off of what I see on social media. Because I feel like everything on social media is, I treat social media as like a game. Like
Yeah.
everybody just trying to get to the next level.
Mm-hmm. Highlight reel.
So you only see one side of it. Nobody shows you. Everybody knows it, right? Everybody knows bills are paid on the first, but nobody shows you on Instagram that they paying bills on the first.
Facts. Or if they didn't
So,
pay that bill on the first.
so with that
I
being
mean,
said, real rap.
real
If they
shit.
waiting to the 7th or 6th, like I'm gonna just take the late fee.
Yeah, nobody talking about that.
Nobody, and that's how I view it. So at least
That's like,
on
yeah.
social media, but
That's a good
in
tidbit
my
for
peer
anybody
circle,
that's a good tidbit for anybody that's feeling pressured by social media to be
oh
like a
yeah,
better person, parent. That's
yeah,
very good, bro. My fault, I
yeah.
didn't mean to
Don't
cut you off.
no. Don't fall victim to the social media, man. It's crazy, but nah, I don't feel no pressure because I think I know. I'm working on. I feel like it's a lifelong journey, but I'm working on becoming the man that I know I can be, and
Mm-hmm.
that's all I'm focused on. And that's gonna outwardly show in my children.
I fuck with that. I fuck with that.
Nah, bro. It's no pressure, no pressure.
Dude, like now, do
Hold
you
up,
think
real
what's up?
quick. I feel like I do have pressure when it comes uh to be honest, it's like my mom and my grandmother. Like
Ooh,
they throw suggestions at me, right? And I feel like they my kids. Yeah, they y'all grandkids and great grandkids, but like yo, they my
bro, and
kids.
that's a different type of battle too, and like because they
For
feel
us
like
too.
yeah, because they still are parents and our grandparents, so they still got that
And our
parenting like
moms, it's
yes,
different.
they. I don't want to feel like you
Oh yeah.
know what I mean. I
This
gotta
is the
think
one
about
right
what I want to
here, dog.
say
Yo, this is the one right here, dog. I'm trying to tell you this. Woo!
because that's a whole different episode. It was like, but boy, they feel like they know everything because they did it. But like, bro, I even told my mom one time straight up, like, she's like, "Well, I've done this before." Bro, I told my mom straight up, "You did this before with Corey and Jaden.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't do this before with Sincere." And
Mm-hmm.
even outside of that, Sincere is not your kid.
Right.
I gotta deal with this every day. You deal with this on like a weekend of like, you know what I mean, once a month maybe. Like you don't gotta deal with the repercussions that's gonna come with, you know what I mean, you doing X, Y, and Z. I do. So what I say gotta go. Like in that sense. Like and it's like we gotta kind of parent the parents a little
Let me
bit.
help you. Let me help you out. Let me let me help you out a little bit. Damn, dog. So my mom has this thing, right? She
Mhm.
say, "Well, they my grandkids." Like, yo, yes, they are, but they're my children. So what?
Facts.
For real, what I say goes.
Yeah.
And
It
I think it becomes combative to a little to a little bit. You know what I mean? Um, But if we talk about any pressure, because we can move forward. If we talking about any pressure, that's where the pressure comes from.
They definitely put the pressure on us. They definitely put the pressure on because they want to
It's
see it done. Like,
the woman in our family. Like I know for me, it's the woman in my family. That's where the pressure comes from.
yeah, I don't think my stepdad really put too much pressure on me. Like, he definitely like tell me like certain things that I got to nip in the butt. Um, but it's not like my mom. Like, my mom be,
That
you know,
shit
you
hit
need to do this.
different.
Yeah, and then sometimes
Yo,
she'll even just do the shit like because I don't want to do it. And that's when we get into like the nah, you can't do that. Like, but yeah, that's a whole different episode, man. That's a whole different episode. Because boy, I know I got to be other people out there that experience
sheesh.
what we experience. You think? But before we even move forward, you think it's partially because like they don't want to listen to their kid, like they feel like they don't have to listen to us
They don't want to feel like they're being told what to do.
by their kid,
Yeah, especially no. I think especially becomes because it's from their child, but
right?
it ain't even about that. Now
It's not.
at this point, we're grown.
Mm-hmm.
We're both two grown people having a conversation. Take
They. I
out
don't think.
the whole. You're still my mom. I have respect and love for you. You're still my grandmother. I have respect and love for you. It's certain things you have to respect from me,
Right.
and I don't want to be the one to put up boundaries in our relationship because I want our relationship to be amicable, respectful, and all that. I want you to have the same relationship with my kids. But what I say is what's going to go, or it's nothing happening.
And my next question kind of leads into like our next like discussion question. But do you think that they, how you said about respect, do you think that they tie because that from that generation, you think they tie respect to like lead listening to what I say, and that goes back to like because I said so, like because I'm sure you heard because I said so, like I heard because I
Mm,
said so, like if they feel as though that in order for me to feel like you respect me, you got to listen to me. And I feel
mm.
like that even goes beyond when we grown because yeah, we grown, but they still view us as that's my child.
That shit gotta go both ways, though.
I think it's a little hard for
Respect.
them to
If
kind
that's your
of.
definition of respect, you gotta. If you plan on getting it, you have to give that same energy back.
Yeah, but you thinking about, yeah, I feel like you thinking about it from like a person to person perspective. Think about it from like a parent to child that raised that
That's the
child.
problem. That's the problem.
I agree. I feel like the switch never got flipped.
No.
To, I don't think it did.
Why? We're
I
not.
don't
I'm
know.
not asking my mom to pay me bills. I haven't asked my mom for money in a decent long time. Even when it comes to my children, I figure things out with my children. So at this point, like I am your child, but I'm damn near 30.
Right, right.
So I'm gonna create a boundary where I'm not gonna allow you not to regard what I feel and how I feel and what I need done for my children. I'm not going to let it go without being felt or said.
But I think to answer your question too, though, like why this flip hasn't been switched, because I'm looking at it from their side now, and again, it's going to lead into our next discussion question. With I know for me, let's say my mom, if I was to say like my mom picked a parenting style out of these four that we just named, I would say it's more of the mm, aggressive. But she wasn't like overly aggressive, but I would have to put it in the aggressive parenting style. You do that for so long, bro. We've been their kids longer than we've been adults.
Right.
So that's years of a habit that's been built up. That's years of a way of thinking that's been built up. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not that easy to just flip the switch and just like, all right, now I can take a step back in a sense because our moms still care for us and love us like the same.
Yeah.
If we was to call our moms today and like, yo, I'm in trouble, they coming to us like we still 15 in trouble. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right.
so it's hard for them to just
You're right
listen
about that,
to
though.
us.
You're
Yeah.
right.
So
You're
I
absolutely
I,
right.
I feel like we gotta think about it in that perspective too, and kind of give them grace from that point. I mean, I'm not saying it's right,
Mm-hmm.
but giving grace is also just understanding that it's not right, but it's okay.
That's that's probably the best way to dissect that, because that makes most sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you also ain't have, well, your sister just left the house. My sister's still in the house.
Now my sister's
So,
still at home. My sister's
oh,
still at
okay.
home.
So
Yeah.
so it's uh, they still kind of doing it, but it's from probably like a softer perspective now. But they're definitely, it's yeah. You got that
Right,
right.
and that
You got
that
that
may
right.
take into effect too because they not what they call like empty nesters yet. Like they
Yeah.
still, even though like our sisters is grown, they still
Mhm.
like feel like a parent.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and they
They
still
gonna be stuck in that mode.
right for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
But that
Moms,
that
we love y'all.
got it. Yeah, it's still all love, always love. You know what I mean? Can't it ain't no other
But
way. But
boy,
that goes into like I said our next discussion question like with the parenting style that we trying to do like how would you say what would you say your mom parenting style was?
uh, my mom was assertive until she wanted like certain things done her way. Then she was like not hyper aggressive. But she was firm in her stance. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like aggressive just has a bad connotation to it. But I feel like you could be, you could be assertive and firm. Aggressive is like the next level.
I mean, I think it's
Ah,
still levels to aggressive though.
yeah, yeah. I feel like my mom definitely was at the highest level of assertive. Cause she
Okay.
had to be. It was at one point it was no man in the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to
She
put
was
your foot
working a
down.
lot, so she needed things to be conveyed a certain way. Like she had to be firm in her stance. So,
And even to go to your mom's point, because she commented on the video like last season, I think it was like early in the season when we was talking about like disciplining and shit.
yeah.
Like I agree with her when she said like it made you who you are, like, and it gave you like the structure and the way to have like responsibilities and carrying shit out because you had somebody that was like, you this is what you're gonna do, and she was giving you the right tools.
Mhm.
Granted, it may not be how you liked it in a way, but it's you still turned out good. So
Yeah, that's true. That's
it's
true.
not
I
like
had
it's a
so much pushback for that, but the more and more that like we talk and understand, yeah, bro, maybe it was supposed to happen like this, you know?
right. It was for the
Maybe it's
better,
supposed to happen like this.
and maybe because we experienced that, maybe that allows us to be a better parent now that we kind of got exposed to the gentle parenting because we've seen the other side of it, but we also
Mhm.
know that it's good that can come out of it. So if we see we taking this gentle parenting approach and then we see the ship kind of steering off, we know that we can always tap into like, all right, let me put my foot down, but like let me still mix in a little like gentleness. But like I don't know, I feel like it just gives us more options. Like that's what I'm trying
Mhm.
to say.
Um, do you feel like you're pretty much you pretty much stick to one style of parenting?
No,
Like
I think
what style of parenting do you lead with?
I always lead with the gentle parenting first. I try
Okay.
to, because my mood can depict it, depending on like what how much he done pissed me off for the day. And I'm
Right,
solely
right.
speaking about Sincere because Saint is way too small for me to
Yeah,
even
he's a
parent.
baby.
Like it's just I'm just trying to keep him alive. Um, but with Sincere, like he pushes my buttons and he knows how to do it, especially
Mhm.
if he's trying to just get some attention or get what he wants. So that can depict on how I'm going into the situation. But I always try to lead with being calm, gentle, you know what I mean, trying to empathize with them. And yeah, I try, but boy, it ain't that easy all the time. But
Mm.
my backup after the gentle parents and not working, it's probably gonna go to the assertive. I don't think I take it past that. Very, very rarely do I get aggressive with him.
Mhm.
He just is still too young, but sometimes I might gotta, you know what I mean, pop his little hand or give him a little tap on the leg just to let him know, like, yo, you taking this too far, yo.
Do you know people our age who beat their kids?
Yes.
Damn.
I knew I could say that a couple years ago because yeah, somebody kid was like the same age as mine, and they was over here, and they pulled the kid pants down and popped him on the butt, like on
Ooh,
the bare butt. It's like a little
ooh.
bit, but that kid listened though. He listened. I ain't saying I did it, but I seen it
Is
happen. I was
so
like,
it once the butt whooping start, because that's a butt whooping. Even if it's once, is that aggressive parenting?
yeah, but
You're
and
no
it just
more
goes,
assertive.
yeah, because I feel like that's like the final straw. But I think it's like I said, it's levels to the aggressive parenting though, because it ain't like we used to get a belt. It ain't like she pulled the belt off, and started whooping his ass. But yeah, I
She
definitely
popped
seen it.
that boat. She popped that booty though.
Yeah, she told him stop a couple times, and it wasn't even a lot of times. Honestly, I'm keeping it a bean. She ain't telling him stop a lot of times. Like I said, this was a couple years ago, and they was the same age as Sincere, so
He
maybe there
had
was
to
like
be a
what
one.
one and a
Jeez,
half, maybe like
Christ, that is,
going on. Yeah,
kids are gonna be kids, man. Don't be going quick to be doing shit like that, man. I
yeah.
don't know.
It gotta be like a serious situation if I'm going. That I'm gonna whoop his ass. Trust me, I be wanting to, especially like
I'm
when he just
sure.
acting out, but
Yeah.
that also come into like how I said earlier, because it's two of us in the house, one of us will tell the other to calm down.
Right.
And thank God for Stephanie, because she probably saved Sincere from a couple ass whoopings.
Yeah. Well, so that's good that the people hear this, because if even if you're the single parent, two parent household, co-parenting, think about, be intentional about how you're raising or you're parenting your children. And I think it will, just now that you're thinking about it, you're going to see changes in the way that your child develops. You're going to see changes in the way you develop as a person, as a parent. Um
Mm-hmm.
just think about it, man. We should definitely put these parenting styles on maybe like the bio. I'm pretty sure we're gonna clip all of these Jones and put them out for y'all. But dog, you have to be intentional about what you're doing with every day with raising these kids, man.
Facts, because it has its effects, and like think about everything that we doing is like, just to put in like an example, excuse me, or like a metaphor. Like think about it like we just laid the cement out once we had a kid.
Mhm.
The cement is slowly drying.
Mhm.
I don't know the age that it fully dries, but everything that we doing, we writing in the cement. It ain't
Absolutely.
fully dry yet, so some things you can write over, erase, but
Mhm.
it's slowly drying day by day, minute by minute,
That's a fact.
and it's getting
Very
stuck in
fast
there.
too.
Yeah, it's getting
Very
stuck in
fast.
there. So everything that you're doing, just imagine that being stuck in your child, man. You got to think of it like that.
Mm.
You got to.
Damn, I feel like we taught ourselves so much today.
I feel like we did too, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, like, but it's
Damn.
that come back to like just talking about the shit out loud, because
Yeah.
I feel like just going through like a regular day, if you don't talk about it, you're not really deeply thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
being able to sit here and talk to you about it, it's also giving me a perspective, and it's making me think. Like it's opening my mind to ask questions to myself and to you, to like get a different perspective from myself, and then understand the perspective.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part about this shit, man.
Hmm. So okay, so now we just reflect on the episode, but I feel like, man, now I'm gonna probably see how long my gentle parenting works,
Mm.
and then I'll see if I can step up to the assertiveness. But I think my wife just got that shit on smash.
I mean, y'all got a good dynamic then,
The
because
dynamic, yeah.
yeah, I feel like for me, Stephanie, like I said, we both kind of balance each other out, because I can't say she's just the assertive parent, because sometimes if I'm being assertive, she'll coddle him, and me personally, I tell her all the time, man, you gotta stop babying him. She but she'll tell me that I baby him sometimes, and it's like I do it when I feel like she's reached her limit. She start being the assertive parent, so it
Okay.
just balances itself out, man.
Nah, for sure. Well, that goes without being said, because moms are the nurturers, so they're
Right.
going. they're going to coddle their cubs, especially while they're small enough to be coddled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just get a lot of joy out of that, but with Jabri because he's getting bigger. So
Mm-hmm.
like we go out for walks and stuff
I've been
during
saying
the
that.
weekday. Yeah, we definitely go for walks every day, and on our walks I be having to be a little assertive with him because like I carry him more around my neck, so he'll get lazy sometimes. I'm like,
Mm.
son, come on, man, use your legs, dog.
Now,
That's not even assertive. He's just so little.
do you think that? I mean, cause we got you got time, but do you think that you're gonna have like different parenting styles for each kid? Cause you got a different dynamic. Cause you got a boy and a girl. Like me, I
Yeah.
feel like it's a little easier to say like, nah, I'm gonna just raise them the same because he gonna see me raising his older brother. Saint is, and he a boy too, so he gonna get the same way. If not, you gonna get it earlier because
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker, you seeing what's happening, fall in line. But
Yeah.
you got a boy and a girl, and you got a girl first. So like you saying you leading with gentle parenting because that's your baby girl, but then you got your son that's coming up and seeing everything that you're doing for her.
That's gonna be tough because like I can't turn it off and on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I think
yeah.
as they get older, since they're around the same age, my parenting style doesn't really have to change.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna have to. I am gonna have to like have that discernment when to use for each kid because I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah.
Cause you would say you would need to be more assertive with your son, but they at the end of the day they're children. Like
Right.
they
Still a
they
child.
both like they both have emotions. It's not like if my son was a teenager and my daughter was a teenager.
Right.
Like I might have a little bit more leeway for my son, but for my daughter, I ain't got time. Like you about to have a little period and all that. Like, bro, I'm not no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So nah, I don't know. I can't. Maybe I can't speak to it right now, but
Yeah.
right
It's just
now,
something to
I'm
think
just
about
leading
though.
with the general parenting.
Something to think about later down the line.
Yeah, for sure. You got anything to add?
Nah, but like you said, I definitely think that we learned a lot in this episode just having this
Mm-hmm.
conversation, man, and that's what it's always about. I mean, I hope anybody that's listening, their thoughts get provoked and they start to, ask themselves questions. If y'all got questions for us that y'all thinking of that y'all want to hear a perspective on, shoot it over to us.
For sure.
We definitely all open for that. But yeah, I definitely think I learned a lot. I'm gonna continue the rest of this day and the rest of this week thinking about all this shit, and
Mm-hmm.
me try to keep that in mind. Everything that I'm doing, like especially like what I said, like about the cement thing. And that just came just from thinking about this conversation. Like
Yeah, that was good,
everything
bro.
that we're doing is stuck in these kids, man.
That's a fact. That was good.
So yeah,
um. So this has been episode 1 of season 2. We are back in action. We are dropping on y'all head tops every
yes, sir.
Thursday.
We don't
Um,
miss. We don't
we
miss.
don't. We don't. With that being said, I think we're stuck at 80 subscribers on YouTube. Please go and show us love on YouTube. Comment, subscribe, like, share,
Do
Instagram,
it.
TikTok. We're everywhere
Facts.
we need to be.
If you
Spotify,
made it through,
Apple.
if you made it through this whole episode, there ain't no reason that you shouldn't have hit that like button by now. You had a whole
Mm-hmm.
hour to do so. If you on Apple, drop that 5-star review. That stuff really helps us, grow to a bigger audience and help grow this
Mm-hmm.
show. We trying to make this be the number one parent podcast in the world. We ain't fighting
Absolutely.
for number 10, 5. No, we going for it all, man. We trying to grow this show to the biggest that it can be and just reach and grow our community, man. The more perspectives that we get, the more people that we add to this community, we can all learn so much. And
Yeah.
we giving y'all information from our experience, so everybody learns. Everybody learns.
Absolutely. So, hey man, with that being said, we'll be back next week.
Yes, sir.
Ciao.
Catch y'all on the next one.